You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius-reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius-Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeartRadio, and I am your host, Dini. We have a very special guest for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies, family members, or even share it on social media right now, and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before I bring my guest on, I do want to say that, you have to find the way. Things which now come easily and naturally to you, at one time seemed difficult and even impossible, but you found a way around those obstacles, which was once, intimidating. You found a way because you had enough desire to find it. You found a way because you had the commitment to find it and to make it work. When you need to or want to or even must, strength of your commitment. What do you intend to do? Like, sincerely, what do you truly expect to do? These are the things that will get done because you'll find a way. The efforts probably won't be comfortable, convenient, or even easy, but then nothing of value ever is. That's why commitment is so crucial, because it will get you through what you must get through. You're going to get knocked down. With enough commitment, you'll get back up. You're going to become sidetracked and blown off course. With enough commitment, you'll quickly get back on track. Your previous priorities and commitments have brought you to where you are right now. Commit to the best, the brightest, and the most positive future you can surely imagine. Make the commitment, and you'll find the way. Take that from me, Coach Dini. That is my word, and word is bond.
What's up, guys? It's Dini, and I want to welcome you on a journey of the heart and of the mind. These Fucking Feelings podcast is a beacon in the world of mental health advocacy, and it invites you to join a conversation that's changing lives. We are here to share, listen, and grow together. Led by the passionate Micah Bravery, alongside the insightful Rebecca and Crystal, this award-winning podcast dives deep into the human experience, from navigating relationships to coping with loss. No topic is off limits. It's about real stories and real emotions. These Fucking Feelings is more than just a show. It's a community, a place where vulnerable isn't just accepted, it's celebrated. You can find it across major platforms, including YouTube and Facebook Watch. This podcast is a touchstone for anyone seeking understanding and support. These Fucking Feelings podcast, where every emotion is valid and every story matters. Tune in and transform the way you see mental health.
All right. Again, welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL, that's Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeartRadio. And I am your host, Dini. Our interviews are designed to go beyond the music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, and sometimes even a thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings, the ones who were out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. Well, today we are thrilled to welcome Jesse V3ga, an extraordinary talent in the realms of acting, dancing, and music. Jesse's artistic versatility shines through in his self-titled album, Jesse V3ga, especially in his captivating single called Doing Me, which is the song we'll talk about tonight. His unique blend of energetic dance and passion music has set him apart in the entertainment industry. And in this interview, we'll dive into the creative process behind his album, the inspiration for his music, and a journey that led him to where he is today. So get ready to be inspired by the multifaceted world of Jesse V3ga. With that, let's welcome him to the show. Hello, hello, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
Pretty good, how are you?
Good, I'm excited.
All right, so are we. So for this year, 2024, everyone's looking forward to new starts. And many artists reflect on their aspirations and the paths that they've taken. But for you, what's the best piece of advice or insight that has been instrumental in guiding your career and staying true to your artistic vision?
I feel like the best advice that that people have gave me or anyone has given me that has made me stay true to myself is being yourself and not letting anybody try to pigeonhole you in a box, and always strive for greatness by having the self-motivation that will get you far. Because a lot of people, everybody wants to make it into something. But in order for that to happen, you have to be passionate, and you also have to have motivation. You can't really tell anybody how to motivate or even have passion. You can tell someone what to do and how to go about it, but if they don't have the heart and they don't have the passion, then it's like talking to a dead horse, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I always say that what I have gotten from anybody with advice is always, stay focused and stay your eye on the prize and being true to who you are, because by being yourself, people will at least admire that and love you for who you are, where it's not so contrived on trying to be something that you're not. So I always stay true to who I am and always do everything with humility, because God loves anybody with humility and no egos.
Jesse, the last time we spoke, you were releasing a thriller.
Yes.
Yeah, and in the interview, you were speaking about all the things that you could do, all the talents that you have. And your career spans acting, dancing, music. And at some point in time, it's time for you to tell the Jesse V3ga story. But what inspired you to create your self-titled album, Jesse V3ga?
Well, I've been doing music for roughly around 8 years now, and I put out like 2 projects in that time. And with this album, I felt like I originally wanted to like really delve deep into who am I as a person, not just the artist, but mostly of what I was going through within the span of 3 years. The creation of the album started in 2020, and because of the things that I was going through, from a lot of lost relationships and heartbreaks and figuring out who I was during that journey of 3 years, it got me to a point where I was like, you know what? This is actually turning out to be an album of who I am as a person, and not trying to do anything that was a little bit like being something or trying to do a genre or a type of style that I was trying to fit in. I was trying to give like an eclectic of body of work of a little bit of everything that who I am as an artist, whether of course it's pop or R&B lyrics, or there's house or there's funk. I wanted to like pull all the stops, where when I was making this album, I wanted it to be for everyone, not just a one singular notion where it's like, okay, you listen to this album and it has just one vein, that anybody, when they listen to it, they can relate to something depending on whatever the tracks that you're listening to. So with this album, self-titled, I felt like this was just me, what I was going through in the amount of 3 years, whether good or bad, and turning it around and coming out of it full circle by putting myself forward on loving myself and telling myself that I don't need anybody that's going to make me feel whole. I can make myself feel whole on my own.
Absolutely. 3 years, a lot can happen. A lot can change for a person. Did you discover, was the mission completed with this album? Did you discover who you are in this present time?
Oh yeah, I did. It's so crazy because, when I would work on albums, I was always trying to prove something and trying to, put out a body of work or put out some records or put out some type of project to just showcase people, oh, I can do this. I'm doing this music. This is what I do. This is what I can do. And then I realized I was like, I don't need to do that. In order for you to create great music or great projects, you have to really delve deep. You really have to go into your lab and get into who you are as a person and live life. Because if you don't live life, you're not gonna really have the project or anything that you're doing that's authentic. So with that, I just ended up, going real deep on who I was and what I was living through life. And because of it going through 3 years of its time, I ended up coming up with a lot of different songs and a lot of different styles. And then there was a point where I wanted it to have it out last year, at the end of last year, but I was still missing records. I was still missing songs. And I was like, I need this. I feel like I need this. And I started changing, different tracks, different sounds. And then by that time, I was like, you know what? By the end of 2023, I need to finish this album and start the new year fresh. And I pushed it for maybe 2-3 times, but then by that point I was okay, I think it'll be out for January, because January is Capricorn season, it's a new year, and I'm starting new and fresh, and I think it was the right time where I just finally finished 3 years of great music, and I'm glad that I finally let it go.
Yeah. Wow. So in these 3 years, you're someone new or someone who's evolving. Is this a healed Jesse V3ga in this self-discovery for this project?
I feel like what I went through in those 3 years, a lot of the music in the project, it speaks about, a relationship, then heartbreak, starting one relationship, ending another one, and then realizing that you're good on your own. Those 3 years I went, especially in 2020, was a very, very rough, traumatic year. And then as I gradually went into the other years, it kind of got better, but then it started to have some type of repetition. By 2023, it was just I went through a boiling point where I felt like I'm not going to be disrespected. I'm going to put myself first. I'm not going to feel like I'm someone's therapist. I'm not going to deal with someone trying to feel like I have to be validated. I cut a lot of people out, and it wasn't the easiest thing for me because I'm always around people. I love being around people. I love having friends. But I finally realized, you know what? I cannot deal with the disrespect, me feeling like I'm second, me feeling like I'm only someone's therapist or I'm only for a good time and they don't know who I am. I need to feel like I'm first. And I realized during 2023, even though it was very hard, and going into 2024, I'm in the process of getting stronger as the weeks and as the days are going by. But with this album coming out, I feel like I finally fleshed out what I needed to flesh out within that time. And I think the music is going to speak within itself. And I'm pretty sure everybody who will be listening to the album, when they do get their hands on it, that they can relate to it, whether a relationship or friendship, a family member, that they be like, you know what, I went through that. I can understand what he's going through. And I feel like this will be healing.
Yeah. I really love Cloud 9, the way it comes in especially. It sounds like I'm going to have a good time, when the music comes on. And then you hit the baby. I know I just butchered that, but that's my favorite song from the project so far. It really has me grooving.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. in the vein of Cloud9, like, how did you approach this record? It's pretty unique.
Oh my God. So that's so crazy that you mentioned that, because that is absolutely one of my favorite favorite highlighted songs. I mean, I love all of them, but that one for me is always my highlight. So the way that happened was, I live in New York City, so there's like the MTA trains and all that stuff. I'm in the Bronx, I'm a city kid, Latino, Puerto Rican, and I was a lot of my records, like great records, are the ones that come in my head. I can really listen to a beat in my head or a melody, and I know exactly where it's gonna go. And not a lot of people can do that. Well, certain songwriters or singers where they'll listen to an instrumentation and they know how to come up with the melody from there. Me, it's very hit or miss when it comes to things like that. A lot of my great records are songs that come in my head, and I know exactly how I want it and how it's gonna sound and how the melodies are gonna go and how I'm gonna sing it. So I actually was walking on my way to the train station, and the melody came to me on the verse, like literally when I was like walking, and I heard the I could tell that you're into me, baby, it's so plain to see, 'cause I know that you wanna love this good love it. Like, I heard it in my head, and when I heard it, I already knew where the melody was going. So a lot of my inspirations when I'm making music is a bunch of different pop artists, but a lot of my mostly main one will be Jennifer Lopez, because I'm a big Jennifer Lopez fan. She's one of my idols, and I was like, you know what, if I ever make a record that's in the vein of Jennifer Lopez, it will kind of be Cloud9, with the trumpets and the horns and the R&B flow. And my best friend literally says Cloud9 is one of my favorites because it's so, my idol. It gives like the get right kind of vibes. It gives like that funk kind of vibes. So he literally like kind of got it, where I was like, this is like kind of like my little inspiration to an ode of what Jennifer Lopez will kind of do. Especially, I'm a big fan. So it is a love song, and it has like its R&B catchy rhythms, and I wanted it to have like the trumpets, the horns. So it turned out amazing when I literally produced that from scratch without even having the instrumentation, because I took a little bit of inspiration. So, okay, I want this. I wanted it to be very live, where if I perform it, there will be like a background instruments and a live band, and it could really work well with a live band. So that was how that creation of Cloud9 came out, and I'm really proud that that one stood out to you, because that's actually one of my favorite songs.
Yes. All right, well, we're going to get ready to play your official single, Doing Me, and then we'll be right back with more Jesse V3ga. And there'll also be time for our hot seat, where our guests can perform for us if they want to. Poetry, spoken word, rapping, singing, telling a joke, telling a story from the life, playing an instrument, or just giving some advice. But for right now, here it is, Doing Me. Stay tuned.
There was a time where I lived for the drama. There was a time where I lived for the shade. There was a time where I lived for the gossip. But through the years it's always been the same. 'Cause I've grown and I've finally known what is right for me. So this time around, I've learned all about what it means to be free. It's time to do me. Living through the journey of justice, protecting all those who can fight. Of all of the hateful creatures who tries to overshadow my light. but I know what the people don't get to see. No, 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 no more crying now. It's time to turn around for me, 'cause I have to try to do me, 'cause I'm doing, try to do me, try to do me.
All right, we are back again. Wow, that was Doing Me by Jesse V3ga. Such a wonderful track. Almost like performance worthy, right? When I say performance worthy, I mean like theater. You know, you can almost see like a story unfolding. All right, let's go ahead and bring Jesse back. Yo, 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 you're back live with us and in our hot seat. What are you going to perform for us?
Well, I definitely would love to perform my latest single, Doing Me.
All right.
Yes. There was a time where I lived for the drama. There was a time where I lived for the shade. There was a time where I lived for the gossip. But through the years it's always been the same. 'Cause I've grown and I've finally known what is right for me. So this time around, I've learned all about what it means to be free. It's time to do me.
Nice.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. So let's talk about Doing Me for a minute. This single is resonating with many. What's the story or message behind this track, and why is it important for you to share it as a single?
Well, you know, I went through a bad relationship that got me to a point I was like, yeah, that's it. Like I said, I went through a boiling point in 2023. I cut out a lot of people in my life. And I'm pretty sure whoever's listening to this, they probably like, I probably was one of them. And if they are, yes, but you know, I did. I went through a boiling point. I had to cut out people in my life. I had to revamp. I had to protect my sanity, my heart, my spirit. And I never thought, you know, because we as creatures, we can tolerate a lot of things. But after a while, you start to realize, I'm better than that. I need to feel valued. I need to be respected. And I got fed up. I got tired, and I just like literally just started to like cut people off. And I was walking in the park, and the lyrics came to me. The first lyrics, you know, there was a time where I lived for the drama. There was a time where I lived for the shade. There was a time where I lived for the gossip. But through the years, it's always been the same. Basically saying, you know, through all the years of growing up, I've tolerated being, you know, immature, oblivious to things, allowed people to treat me as there for their entertainment and not respect me. And then I get to a point in the lyrics where I'm like, but all of that is just, it's crap, it's bull. And I need to put myself first. And by me saying Doing Me, I'm basically saying I'm gonna protect my heart. And a lot of people, in my friend circle and family, they always say, you know, Jesse, you're very theatrical, you're very, you know, Broadway-esque, you're very comedic in that kind of way. Like, you know, you shine very well vocally with the big, big Broadway-esque sounds and musical theater and stuff like that, because you're so animated. Have you ever thought of tapping into those sounds and things? And the answer to that is I've always wanted to, but it's very hard when you're finding producers that have those instrumentations, because a lot of producers that they don't really have those things, and it can cost a lot of money when you're trying to find them from making it from scratch. I found a great producer, and he got my idea, he got my references, and he came up with this instrumentation of what I was listening, what I wanted, and I fell in love when I heard with the demo, that I knew that this was so strong. And shout out to Randy Whiskey, who is the producer of making it vocally, that I knew that this had to be my first ever ballad released as an album. So the purpose of it was so they can hear that I can sing, that they can hear that I can, have range and show emotions on the conviction that I'm singing, so they can get like, wow, whatever he's singing, I get what he's going through. And that was the whole purpose of the creation and inspiration of the record of Doing Me, and why I released it as a single.
Absolutely. Finally, what can fans and our listeners expect from Jesse V3ga in the near future? Are there any new projects, collaborations, or even performances on the horizon?
Yeah, there's a lot of great things that's happening. We got this album that's out. We're gonna start fleshing out some of the visuals that I've worked on for this album. I've decided to put them out in an amount of like a couple of months of time, not putting out weeks of time, just to give momentum of the record and the album, and gain the streams and playlisting. So we will be doing that in terms of the visuals on the next half of throughout the whole 2024. In collaborations, we got features. We got Come Back with Madeline Castellano. That's a pop house track, a bonus, the album. And then we got Tell Me Lies, the rap version that's available on the album, which got just right now, I just found out that I got pitched to Release Radar by Spotify. I'm excited because it got pitched with a lot of other artists, like A-list artists in that Spotify playlist. And in order for you to get in a playlist, for Spotify, you just got to pitch your music and pitch your album. And one of my music from that album, Tell Me Lies, the rap version, got pitched. So I'm really excited about that I found out about that today. Moving forward, the goal and the bucket list is I would love to perform this on a concert. I'm working towards, hopefully that will be the ideal of doing a concert for this album, but we'll see. But that's something that's in the works, and a lot of great things, just promoting this album, Jesse V3ga, throughout the rest of 2024.
Absolutely. And where can our listeners connect with you online?
They can find me all over social media, on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube Music, Jesse V3ga, Jesse-Vega. They want to listen to the album, is Jesse V3ga, or Jesse V3ga, Jesse-V3ga, the album that's out on all social music platforms. They can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, youtube.com/Jesse-Vega Music, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Jesse V3ga, Jesse-V3ga, which is also my brand name. And, shoot me a DM, hit me up, what songs that you like. Get the album that's available on all music outlets. Doing Me is out right now. The visual is out, and it's going to be a lot of great and exciting things. And I'm really blessed and happy to have this body of work out for the world.
All right, and listeners, just in case you didn't get those links, no worries. I will have them in the description of this episode and in the show notes. So all you guys have to do is just click those links. And as our conversation with Jesse V3ga comes to a close, we're left with a deep appreciation for his artistic versatility and dedication. His self-titled album, Jesse V3ga, is not just a collection of songs, but a vibrant showcase of his journey as an actor, dancer, and musician. So thank you, Jesse, for sharing your insights and stories with us. And to our listeners, keep an eye out for Jesse's upcoming projects and continue to support the multifaceted artist who brings creativity and passion to the entertainment world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio Live. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, the app Podcast Addict, or over at our website, which again is onlyonemediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you like to request some music or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That is V as in Victor. And here's my disclaimer: we are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, scratch all of that, because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Denny, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, at all social media sites, as well as Spreaker, YouTube. We always follow back. Okay, well, just remember to put yourself into everything that you do and never stop investing in yourself. Peace, love, grilled cheese, and talk with you later.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius whodini-blak Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.